What up, everybody? It's a Fly Roadside guy checking in one time for the one. You know how we do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you new. Make a quick video today. Hopefully it's not too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But like and subscribe if you haven't. Well, I'm gonna make this video on why I prefer dump trucking as opposed to driving over the road. I have my Class A. I've driven over the road before. I was a team driver with me and my wife. I've done expedited freight. And yeah, I've driven over the road. But why I prefer a dump truck, and I'm gonna tell you why. One thing is, when I started at CDL school, I remember a guy came in there and he was practicing for his test, to pass his test. And he was like, man, yo, forget all that, bro. I'm getting in the dump truck business, man. I'm trying to get me a dump truck. And it stuck with me when I was in CDL school about the, sign on with the tractor trailer company. But he was like, man, them dump trucks make $800, $900 a day. So I'm like, for real? He like, yeah, man, I'm getting in the dump truck business. Needless to say, like I say, I went over the road, me and my wife, for a little bit. But then deciding to come off the road. We had younger children at the time, and was looking for opportunity in the dump truck business. Now, it is hard to get in the dump truck business because a lot of owners and a lot of companies, they want drivers with experience, because you got to pay attention to a lot of things, a lot of moving particles. You're in the construction lane, so you got to be very careful. People will kick you off the job if you fuck up some shit, so just be mindful of that. But like I say, one of the reasons why I decide, or why I prefer being in the dump truck business, it does have its pros and it does have its cons. But one of the pros is, you're not always getting paid by the mile. So you'll get paid by the load, or by the hour, or by the ton. And some of those loads, generally speaking, I mean, you looking at, the lowest I might have seen maybe like $60 a load, and something like that generally is probably going, less than 5 miles down the road. A lot of these jobs, they can pay hourly. The lowest hourly rate I might have come across, it might have been like $85 an hour. Right now, as I'm making this video, I'm actually on an hourly job. It's paying $95 an hour, and my truck is actually turned off, and I'm sitting here. And yeah, we making decent money, just sitting here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guys, they down there. So I say all that to say, when you over the road driving, like I used to drive over the road, you ain't making $800 a day. Now, I'm not saying you can't as an owner operator, but it's going to be far and few in between. And when you're an over the road driver, you're making your money by driving, by getting paid per mile. So, I mean, you sitting in traffic, you're not getting paid. You're getting paid, but it's going to be slow moving money, because I've been in cases where it might be a 10-mile stretch and it's going to take me 30 minutes to get 10 miles. Now, if I'm getting paid by the hour, like we are in the dump truck business, and it's taking me 30 minutes to go 10 miles, getting paid by the hour, so be it. But if you're getting paid 50 cents a mile, 75 cents a mile, let's say $1 a mile. So it's going to take you, and that's at the high end, $1 a mile. I'm not saying, companies aren't paying that, but from what I've been told, it's hard out here for a lot of owners, operators, you know what I'm saying? So it's a dog-eat-dog world. People are fighting for loads. So just hypothetically say you're getting $1 a mile. for that 10 miles that you got to travel. Hell, let's say 100 miles you got to travel. You making $100 for that 100 miles, right? But it's going to take you all maybe 2 hours to drive that 100 miles. You see what I'm saying? Give or take traffic. It's been times in the dump truck business, you know, you might drive 150 miles a day. You know what I'm saying? Today, I'm getting loaded and I'm dumping 11 miles from where I'm getting loaded at. So, not only am I getting paid by the hour, not only is my truck turned off, not only is it less wear and tear on my truck, I'm still getting paid and I'm not even driving that far. So you talking, for kicks and giggles, let's just up it and say 15 miles one way, which is not. We talking about a 30-mile round trip, right? If I do 5 loads today, that's 150 miles that I've driven. And right now, I'm on my first load, and I've been here for approximately 3 hours. I've gotten loaded, I've dumped the load, and I'm back, and I'm chilling. So, you ain't getting this type of luxury driving over the road. You're constantly driving over the road. You know what I'm saying? You're pushing that load. And if you're a company driver, you're basically, you're there to make sure that load get picked up and delivered. You know what I'm saying? Rain, snow, sleet, hail, it don't matter. Now, yeah, your safety gonna come first. If the weather is too treacherous, yeah, you might get a break with your dispatcher. They might allow you to pull over. But the bottom line is that freight got to be delivered. That's the bottom line. Same thing in the dump truck. I mean, they want their material, but the weather can offset it. You know, sometimes you get on with a company and they'll guarantee you a set amount of hours. So if the weather does come into play and it shuts the job down, sometimes you might get a 4-hour just for showing up, or a 6-hour pay just for showing up. The job might shut down in 2 hours because the rain comes in, and they might still pay you for 4 or 6 hours. Driving over the road, tractor trailer, shit, let you break down. Or let you go somewhere and they got to get offloaded, and you got to wait. Trust me, you're not going to get paid until you probably waiting an hour, 2 hours. Then they going to kick in that wait time for you. That's bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you wonder why people out here, you know, pressing and driving the way they driving, because they trying to get the money. They short on time. They either got hold up at the delivery, or when they got loaded. It's all things that come into play when you're driving over the road, I promise you. And not to say that things don't come into play driving locally, but like I said, I prefer it. The disadvantage of being in the dump truck business is you may not work every day. It's definitely seasonal. So, you know, when the weather's good, it's nice outside, money can be made. When the weather's bad, it's dreary outside, is a dog-eat-dog world. You got to fight for them scraps, I promise you. But it's lucrative. And like I say, for me, I like going home every night. I got young children that, you know, I want to spend time with. So being over the road, it just didn't make enough money for me for it to make sense. You know, I promise you, like, you're going to be driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, even you can do the math. I mean, like I say, even if you're getting paid $1 a mile, in order to make that 500 as an owner operator, you gotta drive 500 miles in a day. You gotta drive 500 miles in a day, and that's if you're getting $1 a mile. Now, y'all owner operators out there that's over the road, y'all tell me what these rates looking like. Leave a comment. I do got some buddies that's saying they making like $1.50 or more a mile. But if you watch my channel, I also do driveaway. So even in driveaway, as a independent contractor and being your own boss, a lot of those rates come in at 77 cents a mile. So if I'm a company driver and I got goals and aspirations of being an owner operator, I would look into something like driveaway. You can do it part-time. They probably paying you more than what you're getting paid as a company driver. You can get over the road experience if you haven't had it, and you can learn how to actually, run your business. You can learn, how to calculate your fuel when it comes to gallons per mile, things of that nature. Um, and yeah, you can look at the benefits of, being a transporter, because I've transported trucks for 50 miles and was able to get $120. You know what I'm saying? So, that's $2 a mile, and that's working for myself independently, not being an employee and not working for somebody else. So, if you got dreams and aspirations, you got goals to get your CDL, like and subscribe. We out.